See, I told you, best season ever. Eugene on a bike, Bates met his match. In today's video, we are breaking down the latest trailer sneak peeks and opening minutes for The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 16, A Certain Doom. This is the Season 10 finale. Of course, before we begin, make sure you subscribe or you are a Nicholas. I couldn't be like Nicholas, I'd have to subscribe and be more like Rick, and that's just me. Now, this finale, of course, was delayed. Now, I know a lot of people would be annoyed at that, but with how good this finale looks and with how long we're going to be looking forward to it, how long we're going to have to wait, I think this could be one of the best finales purely because of how long we've been looking forward to it. Now, I never wanted to say this because it's genuinely really upsetting, but in this episode, I do think Gabriel will die. Gabriel will get that fruitful death that he wanted. It was made really obvious in the trailer and in the opening minutes that we saw. It's all focusing on Gabriel. This is his episode. It genuinely infuriates me that Rosita isn't dying in this episode like she should. I've always liked Rosita's character, but in Season 10, she's been boring and utterly useless. She became so useless and so boring that it was made obvious that she would die. She was injured in episode 10 to have these injuries from Beta, to then cleverly be sent to the Battle of Hilltop just to be there. She did nothing in that battle, but the purpose of her being sent there was to have these last few scenes with Eugene, to not end on a bad note with him. She acted as motivation for Eugene, and this said to me that she died. And it just infuriates me that Gabriel, such an amazing character, such incredible development, is going to get slaughtered over a character that became useless. If you're wondering why you haven't seen Rosita in the tower yet, it's because the actress went to go and film for her new Netflix show, a promo for that show, after episode 14. So even though the actress went away, it's Gabriel that's still being killed. It's a massive shame because he's so underrated. This character went from nothing to a soldier, to a leader. It's like Angela Kang took the worst element of the water tower death, which is that it's Gabriel, and put it into the show. Almost like she's missed the point of the actual death. I just really hope that I'm wrong. Anyway, let's break down these trailers. Let's get into why I actually think it's going to be Gabriel that dies. The opening minutes show Gabriel is running around preparing people. He's giving them hoods. They will use these clothes to do the guts trick. That's how they'll get through the herd. That's what we saw in the finale poster. It's Daryl wearing this hood. You know, it's a really serious episode. They've all got to be very careful, or they're gonna... Yeah, that's actually his death scene. He just runs into the alley and gets wiped out. So while Gabriel's rushing around, he looks out the window and he sees the herd and looks genuinely really worried. Something that would make you think he gets his comic death. The fear, the panic. But you really do see the pure difference between him and his comic counterpart when he sees these two kids. This is RJ and Grace. Like any adult would do with kids apart from me, I hate them. He gives them hope. He motivates them. He comforts them. I'm not done yet. So while Gabriel is talking to the kids about how they're all coming together, his thumb of course represents the Commonwealth and all the other communities that they meet, all the ones that are out there that will help them. And we see a montage of everything that's going to be happening, all the characters, all the storylines that are going to be appearing in this episode. We see Carol, Kelly, Daryl and Judith return to the hospital. We see Eugene, Ezekiel, Yumiko and Princess on their bikes. We see Virgil arrive at Oceanside. He's returned. Maybe he'll talk about Rick. Remember last episode, Alden and Aaron were captured by some Whisperers. They were being held hostage. Well, we see here that they escape. But we also see the arrival of a mysterious masked character. Who is this? Well, I can tell you it's not Connie. Now, we first saw in Season 3 episode 12, Morgan wore a mask. This is similar to that, and again in Season 5 episode 1, Sanctuary, he appeared wearing a mask again. So, could this be Morgan? Well, the timeline doesn't defeat it. Morgan could be anywhere by the time this is actually set. Thing is, I don't think it's the mask that defines who this is. It could be Morgan, but it probably isn't. Look at the two weapons that this person has. These are something that you would have as an iconic weapon. The hoodie that this person is wearing is what the characters are wearing in the episode. So this person has already been at the hospital to escape and then help Alden and Aaron. So I think this is fair to say it's just a character that has come with Maggie. So someone from the Commonwealth. It's most likely a Commonwealth guard or a Commonwealth soldier. This could even be the more realistic show version of what the armor in the comics was. So this mask could be teasing that. Of course, we see the return of Maggie. We see her go to where the characters leave the letters for her, and she opens it to find a letter from Carol. We actually did hear Carol's hallucination of Alpha mention this, her letter to Maggie, and we see, rightfully so, she has told Maggie the death of Tara, Enid, Henry, and Jesus. In this letter, from what we can see, Carol has told Maggie and the Commonwealth every single thing about the Whisperers, and so if Maggie brings an army, they would easily be able to take them out. I mean, even if she didn't tell them about them, she just gunned them down. In this letter, Carol even says to her, do not underestimate them. And in the trailer for the episode, the first thing we see is Gabriel say we stick to the original plan. He's even imploring that they walk out into the herd with the walker guts on them, whilst he stays inside, which I think he knows will lead to his, well, certain doom. Daryl says that we won't all make it. There's Whisperers all throughout this herd. They barely make it with just walkers, with actual humans out there. I do think outside the building they will lose some smaller characters. Now let's talk about exactly how Gabriel will die. I think the name of this episode, A Certain Doom, of course the name of Andrew's comic death issue, it's been adapted to the TV show to reference Gabriel. All the other characters have escaped the building to distract the herd away. Gabriel has stayed in with the kids, which will lead to a certain doom. He will defend the kids by himself and die because of it. Defending the remaining people in the hospital will give him that fruitful death that he wanted in Season 8. He will tell the kids to run away whilst he stands there defending the place. We see someone, most likely Beta, stab through this door. But Gabriel's got a shotgun, he should be fine, shouldn't he? Well, I think several Whisperers are going to come at him, including Beta. I think the Whisperers will stab him many times. The last blow will be Beta. He will gut Gabriel. I think we're going to get the water tower scene, but it won't be the water tower, it will just be Gabriel's death. In the same way, Beta will gut Gabriel. He could be okay, but what I'm getting from this is that he gets a certain doom. I think the fruitful death will be Beta killing him. He will sacrifice himself and buy the kids time. He will die a hero. In my last video I spoke about Gabriel's distorted voice through the walkie-talkie. I said you could hear ladder, but some people in the comments said you could hear wagon or bring the wagon. It just turned out to be one of those things where if you want to hear it, you will. Listen to this and try and listen for ladder.
Gabriel. Gabriel.
Now listen for wagon.
Gabriel. Gabriel.
It's like that blue and black dress that was going viral. Some people saw white and gold, some people saw blue and black. Whether he was saying ladder or not, we do see he's not on watch by the time we see him in this episode, but he could be. This could be foreshadowing that. Gabriel saying it was Jan's turn to go on watch could just be him being the leader. Someone else could have been on watch. Maybe he really was on watch. Maybe we were being shown they did have a role of being on watch. Maybe Gabriel doesn't die right here. Maybe he goes to the top of the building and gets this death. I do think a big and brutal death is going to happen in the finale, and this episode does suggest that Gabriel gets it because it's all about him. He's being a leader and everyone has left the building apart from him and the kids. He's defending the weaker ones. A certain doom relates to him right now. This shot alone says fruitful death. My prediction for the finale right now is that Gabriel will die. But what do you think? Do you think Gabriel will die in the finale? Make sure you vote in the poll, and of course, make sure you let me know down below what you think. Fuck it. I don't have the... just thinking about it, I don't have the energy to even witness it. It's like a guilty pleasure though, like I want to see the death, to be honest. I'll have a video out talking about when you can expect to see the finale very soon. Press the like button if you enjoyed this video, it genuinely helps me out and will get this video more seen. And if you did enjoy it, make sure you check out my review for episode 15. I talk about the deaths that were foreshadowed and what you may have missed. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you're the first to hear about The Walking Dead and the first to see my videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.